City bench there as the 100th FA Cup final is about to get underway. Referee just looking around, checking that are 11-11. Everything's in order. A look at his watch. And the 100th FA Cup final is now underway, with Spurs in the white shirts attacking the goal to our left. Manchester City in their all sky blue strip. Spurs, who played in 5 FA Cup finals, they've won them all. City, who played in 7 finals and won 4 of them. But that's all history. The cup is now about what happens in the next 90 minutes. Ray Ransom, grateful no doubt for an early touch of the ball with this throw for City. Gow coming towards him, the long ball there. Mackenzie beaten in the air by Hoddle, but Gow stabbing it there for McDonald, hitting it straight at Hoddle again. And that time it's Roberts getting it to Perriman. And Mackenzie getting in quick. McDonald here now for Bennett. Touch there nicely this time. And this will be the first touch for Milja Aleksic, Yugoslav father, English mother, and says, I'm a very nervous man by nature, and he'll be glad of an early touch. It's Mackenzie on the far side there, but beaten by Perriman in the air. Now Hoddle again. And a good advantage played there by referee Hackett. Although Hoddle was brought down, Spurs kept possession. But now they've got a free kick from the challenge by Ransom on Crooks.
Well, certainly Manchester City are playing it like a cup-final, because I'm not giving the Spurs players an inch of room. And on this surface where you can slide through into things, they're doing it all the time. And they've got away with it quite a bit, but, you know, they're getting penalised now and again now.
Ardiles to Perriman, floated there towards Roberts. That very nearly got under Corrigan's body. Oh, Graham Roberts, who's only scored 1 goal this season, and that was in the cup against Exeter, got up so well. It was Perriman's little cross here, and for a moment it looked as though it was going to crawl or creep under the body of Corrigan, but he was down before Crooks could get in. Gow, Ransom. And that will just about get into the byline for a goal kick. Milja Aleksic, who has unhappy memories of cup ties against Manchester clubs, broke his jaw, of course, against Manchester United a season or so ago. Not had the best luck with injuries, but he's here on the big day. Caden, good powerful header, very dominant, but just carrying a little too much to be of value. Halfway through the first half now, still no score. Tottenham's throw. Another free kick for Manchester City. That time the foul on Kevin Reeves by Steve Perriman, and a kick already taken. Full power released there, and Miller will need to stop him. He got it in there. Bennett, can he hit something on the turn? And that so nearly could have been the first goal there. A lovely piece of skill there by Dave Bennett, and unluckily for him, it cannoned off a Spurs defender behind for the corner. Power doing well as we wait for this corner. Bennett on the turn, and it's Roberts that he hits. And they were lucky there, Jack.
Well, lucky. Paul Power did terrific. He saw 2 lovely dummies there. But when the ball came into the little coloured boy there, he turned on it the wrong way, I felt. He turned inside instead of out.
Corner coming in. And across the face of that goal again, and a touch would have put it in. And it was the fullback, Robert McDonald, who was right in there.
Now that could have been goal number 1, and it was a classic near post corner, swung in to the near post, and someone getting a header on and flicking it across the face of the goal. I'm amazed that no Manchester City player was there to put it in.
Ardiles, a little overhead there. Will it reach Galvin? And a nice ball played there by Hugh for Tony Galvin. Oh, he's turned the ball, the shot! Pushed away by Corrigan. A fine piece of goalkeeping and a lovely piece of play by Tony Galvin. Well, a lot of people felt that he might be the unsung hero who could surprise them all. And the way he twisted and turned here as we wait again for that corner. And then hammered in that shot that Corrigan just pushed away for this corner here by Hoddle.
Manchester City can thank Joe Corrigan for two very fine saves, because the first header he saved from Graham Roberts was terrific. And the save he made there was a one-handed touch that if he hadn't got a hand to it, it was a goal. And, you know, quality goalkeeper, Joe, and he's proven his worth today.
As John Bond was saying, that he didn't realise how good he was until he actually got to Manchester City and saw him on a day-to-day basis. And he's got a bit of experience behind him, Joe. 32 years old and first played here in a Wembley final in the League Cup in 1970. So well over 400 league games as well for Manchester City. Here's Houghton getting it back. Alexic keeping it in. The City bench, and on the right, leaning forward there in the suit, almost on the right of the picture, the Spurs manager Keith Birkinshaw. Ardiles. And the cross coming in, but Ransom should be there to cope with it, which he does. And Villa again not making a contact. That's 2 or 3 times when I've seen Ricky Villa not quite doing all that Spurs wanted him to do. He's quite got into this game yet. Here's Dave Bennett though for City, and here's Bennett again, showing a great piece of tenacity there and a little bit of skill there. Now can Reeves get this one back in? Well, Ransom might with an early ball played in there, and a goal by Hutchison. And look at Corrigan celebrate. And it's sadness for Alexic. And the saluting fans, the saluting scorer, and what a goal it was. The early ball played in there for Hutchison, beyond the reach of Alexic, and Manchester City are 1-0 into the lead. Tremendous goal. What about that, Jack?
Tommy Hutchison will remember that header for a long time, because he's not noted as the greatest ever of a ball in the world. But it fit in exactly the right spot and at exactly the right time in the game. I think we might get a good game now. It's starting to warm up a little bit, and people are having a little bit more room to play it about in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Well, here's the man, Tommy Hutchison, towards Dave Bennett there. And the whistle has gone. Out of play, and it's a throw to Tottenham.
Manchester City seem to have the spare man across midfield, because Villa seems to be pushing up into a centre-forward position, and they're not winning enough ball in midfield to warrant this.
Now, could Crooks get in there? No, it can't, because Corrigan has done his job again. Well, we had a graphic illustration there, not only of the speed of Garth Crooks, but the bravery there of Joe Corrigan. And I think Joe is calling for the trainer. He caught his hand there as Crooks went in. Well, let's look at it again. And I thought for a moment that Crooks might just get there, but Corrigan bravely at his feet.
Well, I think you're on there, Brian. He was always second best. Joe was always going to win that one. But it makes you wonder, when Joe's in this mood, he's going to take some beating today.
Reeves. Nice Roberts. Crooks. Now Archibald. Again an advantage played there by Keith Hackett. Now can Houghton get in there? It's a new experience for Spurs this. They've never been behind in a cup game this season. And as I told you at the start, they've never lost a cup final. And Houghton being called to referee Hackett. And the name goes in the book. No, it's not. It's Graham Roberts. Joe Corrigan getting a bit of treatment there from Roy Bailey. And there was the challenge. In fact, I'm sure the referee started calling Chris Houghton to him. Maybe he... a case of mistaken identity. But at any rate, there's Hutchison with the cross. Mackenzie almost got on the end of that one. Archibald playing it in. Villa couldn't get there. Hutchison again. But this time Galvin. No, he's shown too much of that to Ransom, but it's a City throw. Roberts or Hoddle. Floated again towards Crooks. Here, they're looking very secure at the back though, City. And when Spurs do find a way through, Corrigan has been in really exceptional form. Hoddle again now. Dinking and finding Villa. Getting towards that byline. Little cross coming in. Now, can Galvin turn this one back? It maybe came off the turf a little quicker than he wanted, but they get a corner. So Houghton. Hoddle. Flicked in there again. Can Archibald make something of this? His Crooks in there. He's offside. Corrigan saved though again. Big Joe was there where he needed to be, even though the flag was up and the whistle had gone.
You've got to react all the time to these situations. Both the linesman and the referee went a total line on this one, and they both gave it offside. So there was no doubt in it. But look at Joe coming out there. He's a brave lad. Big lad, but a brave one. It's not been a classic of a game, Brian, but it's I think Man City are well worth a 1-0 at the moment. Well worth it. Just for total commitment. I think if anything's lacking in the Tottenham side, it's that there's one or two of them haven't given total commitment to this game.
Well, there's the half-time whistle with about 2.5 minutes of injury time played, and Tommy Hutchison's goal, a brilliant header, separates the side. It's the saves of Joe Corrigan, who has also played a big part for Manchester City. And Spurs are going to need to whip themselves up and find something, particularly in the midfield, with people like Hoddle and Osvaldo Ardiles and Ricky Villa, to restore a little bit of the balance in the second half. Well, Keith Birkinshaw, the Spurs manager, you can be sure, will have had one or two rather pungent things to have pointed out to his team during the interval. Keith Hackett, who has played as well as anybody on this field so far today. And there's nobody happier here today at the moment than Tommy Hutchison, scorer of that Manchester City goal. And away we go then at the start of the second half, except we have a false start. One of the Spurs players must have gone into the circle before the ball had been played by Dave Bennett. And in fact, Steve Archibald nearly did it again. But now we are away with 45 minutes to go. That is, unless we need extra time. Reeves battling with Miller in the air. It's a terrific atmosphere here, as always, and it's the City fans who've got most to say at the moment. Cutting that one out, and here's Mackenzie, and now Tommy Caton. Perriman's header accurately down there for Hoddle. A little touch through there for Ricky Villa. Perriman again in for Villa, now for Hoddle, and a poor pass there by Hoddle straight to McDonald, and Bennett went after that one, but it was Houghton who's whacked it forward. Here's Crooks versus Caton. It was Crooks who got the header in, but there's no trouble there for Manchester City. Good jump there by Roberts. Hoddle playing it here for Perryman. Hoddle again. Villa. Oh, dispossessed by MacDonald, and here's Reeves back for Bobby MacDonald again. Bennett's gone in the middle too, and it's too high for him. Ball still in play, kept there by Tony Galvin. He's got a bit of pace about him, but he couldn't withstand that challenge from Hutchison. It's going to be a free kick and a substitution. So Ricky Villa goes off.
You've got to admire Manchester City, though. The tenacity in this game has been tremendous. And they've not played particularly well going forward. But they scored the goal, and the tenacity in winning the ball and doing the job right. They've held the balance across midfield. They've been by far the better team today.
And Gary Brooke comes on then as the Tottenham substitute. Houghton. And now it's Mackenzie. Ranson making the break. And the ball over for the corner. While sadly, what about that for a sad and sorrowful sight? Ricky Villa, World Cup man with Argentina, thought today could be one of the most memorable days of his life. As it is, his side is losing, and he goes off having been substituted by 19-year-old Gary Brooke. Kevin Reeves. Dow. Oh, twice he's had it taken off him, and that's unlike him, and Ardiles is the man who's stolen it this time. Gow coming back at him and concedes the free kick. His discipline went just for a moment there, Jerry Gow.
It shows what he's about, Jerry Gow. He lost the ball in midfield when no one was showing for him, and yet he's chased back. Ardiles has beaten one man, and the next person who comes into is Jerry Gow, who wins the ball but gives a foul away. But the fact that he's there is what it's about.
Now, we have to wait and see what Mr. Hoddle can do with a free kick here. He hasn't had many opportunities today to show what he can do in terms of bending and swerving and beating a wall. And this probably is the first real opportunity he's had. He's about 20 yards out. He's well to the right of goal. Hoddle curling it. An own goal by Hutchison. Hoddle's free kick. And Tommy Hutchison's own goal. He's down there with Joe Corrigan now. The man who scored at one end has now put it in the other end. I think Joe Corrigan would have got it, but there's Hutchison, and there's the goal, and Spurs are level.
It's a ways in the way the game can change. One free kick, Joe had it covered all the way. Tommy Hutchison, who shouldn't have even been in there, finishes up scoring the equaliser. One at each end, but it could finally his hand. Both headers.
Both headers. And what a finish. With about 9 minutes to go, Spurs, who look to be out of it, incredibly are right back in it again. And who's to say which way the pendulum will swing now? Hoddle. They're all going to have a spring in their stride now. Here's Tommy Hutchison, who will be out to try and do something to redeem that situation. Poor man, can you imagine what he's going through now? It was going to be such a day of glory for him. But what now for Tommy Hutchison? Roberts in there for Tottenham. Now Houghton. And Nicky Reed, cannily, and with a lot of deliberation gets himself out of that little spot there, but they've given the ball away again, City. They've already got extra time in the Scottish Cup final at Hampden. And we're into time added on for stoppages here at Wembley.
This has not been a classic cup final, but both teams have worked very, very hard, and it's going to be interesting if it goes to extra time, who's going to be the strongest. You know, and I would tend to think maybe Tottenham, because Man City have really worked hard in this game.
Reed. Ransom. Final whistle after 90 minutes. And now John Bond and Keith Birkinshaw coming out to spend the next 2 or 3 minutes geeing up their players again. And it'll be interesting to see who they go to and who they try to sort out. In fact, the first thing that Keith Birkinshaw's done, there's John Bond on the far touchline, is having a word with Ozzy Ardiles. Right on the far touchline, you can see him there. They're working on his legs. And Keith Birkinshaw there, a pad on his head. And now comes across to see who else he can have a word with. Steve Perryman, clapping of the hands, getting a bit more effort into tired limbs. A few well-chosen words there on Jerry Gow from John Bond and John Sainty. Very important moments, but I don't know how much the players hear of this. Whether they got thoughts of their own, Jack.
Well, if I was a Tottenham player, I think, well, we've got a real chance now. From having none, we've got a chance, and we can still win the cup. Manchester City, I would be thinking, dear me, we've played as well as we have, and we've done everything right, and we're giving a goal away like that. Things aren't with us today.
Yeah, the own goal was and absolutely heartbreaking.
That's a stunner for them, you know, and they've got to pick it up now, and Bonnie's got to work hard to pick it up with his lads here. And he's got Paul Power on the line.
Here is that own goal again.
Yes, well, Hutchison should never have been there.
Off his right shoulder, I think,
yes,
possibly.
It was off his right shoulder, but he should never have been in that position. What's he doing there behind the wall? Never giving him anyone to chase.
The pace is certainly slowing a little bit now. Ardiles. And back by Miller to Alexa. Crooks, looked like a handball there. No, said the referee. And Crooks plays it here for Perryman, calling for the early ball. It got it too. Galvin's coming up on the far side. Oh, and it just went beyond the reach of both Brook and Archibald, but here's Hoddle. And played back wisely by Reeves to Joe Corrigan.
Just show you how the game can change. A handball by Crooks there. A good cross by Perryman. Someone gets in at the far post with a header, and if they drop kindly, Tottenham win the cup. It's amazing. Amazing game, this.
Free kick for Manchester City. Bobby McDonnell with it. Here's Ray Ranson now. No, it's taken too quickly, so Tommy Caton will take this one. Caton, a long ball forward. Chris Hughton back there for Tottenham. And Crooks right back there for Tottenham. Even the front men are back now. Ranson crossing it in against the hands of Garth Crooks. City fans weren't too happy with that. They felt the City should have had a free kick, but the ball, I think, was hit quite firmly against the hand. I don't think it was a question of the hand coming down to hit the ball.
I've got to agree with you, Brian. I think he attacked the ball with his arms in the air, using them as a shield, and it was definitely a handball, and it should have been given.
We're not agreeing about anything, are we, today?
Not a lot today, Brian, not a lot.
But it's a corner, we agree on that. 2 Manchester City as we come to the last minute and a half of extra time. Corner coming in. Reeves playing it out again for Henry. Played there for Jerry Gowes. We come to the last minute. Played wide for Bobby McDonnell. Played a good ball in there if Bennett can get onto it. But Hughton was there, getting him away. Crooks. Looks as though we've got a real bonanza of football next week with the England-Brazil game on ITV on Tuesday, the Cup Winners' Cup final on Wednesday, a replay of this on Thursday, and Northern Ireland against England on Saturday. And there is the final whistle, and we've all got to come back for a replay on Thursday evening here. Tommy Hutchison, who have such mixed feelings of this game, you can be sure of that. Ray Ranson and Garth Crooks there, and Hutchison, who scored for Manchester City, put through his own goal and then was substituted. Next Thursday the replay then here at Wembley. Each club incidentally receives 30,000 tickets for that, and 20,000 tickets, I'm told, will be on sale at Wembley tomorrow at 10 o'clock.